John Henry Weston is no longer CEO and editor-in-chief following a recent board vote. He is now on a well-earned sabbatical, spending valuable time with his family. We acknowledge the significant online speculation surrounding the decision, but wish to clarify that much of it is inaccurate. The board's decision was made after careful consideration, extensive prayer, and a commitment to serve our donors, readers, blah, 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 blah. So that could have been the statement that they left, but they saw a significant backlash online. I don't know what they were expecting, but something like this should be handled where you just leave that amicable statement and then just let the gossip and people talking online go away. You wait a few days, even a week or two, and things will subside. What seems to have happened is when they got that backlash, they further and further had to double down. So they released a second statement in light of recent announcement regarding John Henry Weston's departure as CEO. I wish to address the speculation surrounding this decision and provide clarity. The board's decision was made after much deliberation, much prayer, steadfast commitment to our mission. And then they asked Bishop Strickland to release a statement. So then Bishop Strickland comes out and releases a statement that is, let's just go to it. So Bishop Strickland's statement, I can affirm with confidence John Henry was not removed for speaking the truth. Any assertion to the contrary is a distortion and it dishonors the work he has done. So Strickland comes out to make sure readers know, or, people that watch the show or whatever, that follow Lifesite know that John Henry was not let go because of his commitment to the truth. But that doesn't mean John Henry wasn't let go because of his position on things in the church. It's just that it was just a weirdly worded statement that, if anything, led to more speculation. Now, even still, they could have left it there. But for some reason, this Steve Jalsavak, I don't know how to pronounce his name. For some reason, he had to continue to release more statements. So this is his next statement in light of John Henry's announcement. Okay, so let's see. So that was the second statement where they had Bishop Strickland released. Then he gets into responding to Chris Jackson's Substack. Now, Chris Jackson says John Henry Weston co-founded Lifesite. Now he's out, fired by a 5-4 vote for questioning Leo XIV. This is a purge. Trad Inc. is silencing its own to protect synodal Rome. Ask the wrong questions and you're gone. Now, this kind of stuff is going to happen. Like, you're going to get people speculating and gossiping and who has a source inside. We've seen this happen a bunch of times. But Steve could not sit back and just let this play out. He should have just let it play out, been quiet, and just move forward with the mission. This is his Jeremy Boring moment. So when Brett Cooper left the Daily Wire, they made it seem like Brett Cooper chose to leave. But then And then they put in her friend to take over the comment section, and this turns into a whole mess. But if they'd have kept that illusion up that Brett Cooper chose to leave, everything was on good terms, they probably could have pulled that show off. But Jeremy Boring just couldn't help himself, and he just had to come in, and he started trashing Brett Cooper and saying things like, she really let her friend down. She should have backed her up, this and that. So it wound up destroying the show. The comment section is completely done. Now, Steve is in a similar position. This is his Jeremy Boring moment. So that is just what John Henry may have wanted many to believe. It is completely false. Lifesite has been a close team of many talented persons who created what was an incredibly successful international pro-life, pro-family news service. None of that could have happened without these people and their valuable contributions to what for the first 12 years was a project of and within Canada's national pro-life organization that dealt with many international developments. So it was founded, funded, encouraged, and guided by CLC, which is a Canadian pro-life organization. Now, he goes on to say, in recent years, John Henry worked and insisted that we change the highly successful Lifesite News mission to become a dramatically different one of the traditional Latin Mass Catholic evangelizing religious organization to draw readers into the Catholic Church according to the teachings of the Council of Trent. Steve, what are you doing? Like, if you're going to have a split like this, the last thing you want to do is alienate the people that could have been crossover audience. Like, this is the dumbest thing you could have done. You could have, it's kind of like, I actually don't want to get into that, actually. But the way this should have been handled was, it should have been made to look like John Henry chose to leave to move on to his own endeavor. The split was amicable. Now, a situation like that may call for a very big pay package, because you want to carry on the crossover as much as you can. So yes, there may have been a board vote where people think he was going a little too trad, fine. But the idea that you're now going to trash John Henry and say that he decided to take the organization in a direction, and now you're alienating traditional Catholics too. Now, I'll say this, John Henry was not a rad trad. And a lot of the people that liked what he did were very normal Novus Ordo attending Catholics who were just irked by the things Francis did. I would think that is the majority of the people who followed Lifesite. Lifesite was not a traditionalist website. So I just don't know how an organization like this released this amicable statement in the beginning, and then with every successive statement further alienates the people who actually like Lifesite. Like it or not, John Henry was the face of Lifesite. If he had given his blessing to the continuation of Lifesite's mission, you guys could have just moved on and everything would have been fine. This is going to be a debacle, and I think Steve is under the impression that the only people that are going to leave are the rad trads, and I don't think they understand how much people dislike ugliness within Catholicism, like an ugly separation. It doesn't ever go over well. So I don't know where they think they're going to start over, but I think it appears as though Steve orchestrated this coup. It happened, and they decided, for legal purposes, let's just say as little as possible. They should have just stuck with that plan. The more he said, and then he sees this backlash online, and his ego gets the best of him, and he just can't help but say Lifesite is more than John Henry Weston. It's like, no, Lifesite is John Henry Weston. He has been the face of the organization for 21 years. But if he had given his blessing to it and you guys had split amicably, then it could have continued on, and you guys could have worked on developing the audience that you're looking to curate, while also keeping a significant portion of the audience that did love John Henry Weston. I think this is a public relations disaster, and every day that goes by seems to get worse and worse. I may have to update this later, but this is where I'll leave it for now. We'll see how they continue in this. Yeah, that's it for now.